Namaste, Angel. Thank you for liking, joining, sharing, and subscribing. I do appreciate it. I do need it. That is the way YouTube does their algorithm. It requires liking, sharing, and subscribing. And I probably need it more so than others because I have so many difficulties with my channel. Not just during Mercury retrograde, which is right now, by the way, but in general, my people who subscribe to my channel unwittingly and unwillingly fall off and have to resubscribe. They fail to receive their notifications a lot of the time. Some never get them. So they rely on me to notify people on like my social media that I've posted a video or something, which shouldn't be necessary, shouldn't be required. My videos often don't show up in the feeds. Sometimes people can't get them to play. Again, it's not Mercury retrograde. This is, in general, powers that be, some sort of entity or something that doesn't want me to get a message out to you. But we're going to combat that. We're going to continue to fight that. I've been fighting that for, as of tomorrow, 3 years. So I don't have to talk about the celestial system, any major transits this week. Nor is there anything of note on the Hebrew, Christian, or Islamic calendar that I wish to go over. So I figured I'd take the time to reintroduce myself to those of you with whom are familiar with me, and to introduce myself to any newcomers. You're watching my channel for the first time, or you've only recently started watching me, you're a new viewer and or subscriber. I thank you and welcome you, appreciate you for joining us today. So I just figured I'd give you an idea of who I was and why I was here doing this. So back in like 2014, first of all, the world, the planet, is undergoing, of course, an awakening. People are awakening, and more every day, and it seems like, you know, more rapidly at this point, like the clock's been sped up. But some of us were awakened quite some time ago. So I've actually been psychic all my life, but it did undergo a particular awakening myself too. But you know, there was a major awakening in 2010, there was one in 2012, there was one in 2015, where it was just like, you know, all of a sudden, like Stepford people, all of a sudden our eyes opened and bing, and you know, take me to your leader. Like we were assigned like a mission, a soul mission. So I know more and more of you are joining us every day. So as part of all of that, and having been one of the, you know, earlier awakened, I was looking at on my Facebook page under my government name, my birth name, you know, some of the memories. And it was like back in like 2007, you know, I was already talking about, you know, 333, and all, people thought I was nuts, I'm sure. But in any case, so I'm from early on, one of the earlier awakening. In like 2014, God gave me my name, Queen of Swords, the Lightworker. It is a 2-word name, of course, of 29 letters total. So basically the name itself numerically is 1111. But further to that, I've also demonstrated and shown you guys using gematria calculator rather. So, you know, actual proof that cannot be disputed, that the name also in 4 different types of gematria, 4 different ciphers, and possibly more. I could look into more, but the 4 that I know and that I went on to show you guys has, you know, particular numerical significance on this journey as well. So the first, Queen of Swords, the Lightworker, numerically, the first, the English standard gematria, basically, equals 360, as in like 360 degrees, or the original 360 days that days long the calendar was. I mean, there's so many things, of course, the full circle, so like the alpha and the omega. It also equals 144, as in the 144,000 illumined beings who are at the forefront of this journey, one of which I am. Also equals 369, as in the key to the universe, so says Tesla. And 135, which holds many different significant meanings in Gematria, but for one thing I will say, it's 13 and 5, which for me, more importantly than any of the other meanings, is mother and father, with mother being represented by 13 and father being represented by 5, having been cut into 14 pieces upon his murder. So that's where I got the name. And next I was guided to begin to start social media pages, but not to use them. You know, it'd be weird. I'd get woken up at 5:55 in the morning, and God would say, I want you to, start a Facebook page for under your name, the Queen of Swords, the Lightworker. Okay. And I'd do it, and I wouldn't add any friends. I wouldn't put any details. So I had these pages set up. For example, I had the IG page set up with my name on it from then too, but only started using IG last year, sometime late last year. So I was made to open them, but not to use them necessarily. And then we can fast forward. That was like January of 2015, I think. In the meantime, I'd also been told to trademark the name Queen of Swords, the Lightworker. So here I was being named the Lightworker, not just a Lightworker, the Lightworker, before people, even on this journey, on YouTube, even knew what a Lightworker was. They'd ask me, what does your name mean? What is a Lightworker? Now it's pretty common. But, that was information God shared with me a long time ago. Because I am the Lightworker, not to, giving myself any additional credence. That's the name I was given. It's similar to how Archangel Michael is not just an archangel. He is the archangel. If you're talking about the scriptures, he is referred to as the archangel. He's the only one referred to as the archangel. The others are actually not referred to as archangels at all in the Bible. So yeah, fast forward to March 10th, 2016, which tomorrow is the anniversary of. I was told by Archangels Raphael, Chamuel, and Michael, who basically surrounded me every day at the time. Not that they don't now, but they helped me start the channel. They told me to get on YouTube and to do tarot. And I was not a tarot practitioner. The tarot, supreme alphabet, supreme math, numerology, astrology, it's all from memory, from my past lives. It's all things that have come back to me. Like how they say you get back on a bike and ride it. I've never studied any of these things. The energy healing, I do not practice Reiki. That is something that God told me how to do. It's specific energy heal to me. If you want, energy healing from me, it is not going to be Reiki. It's going to be what God, taught me to do, and I've been using to heal and help people ever since. So that's where all my gifts are. I listened to what they said. I proceeded to get on the internet and do a tarot reading. And like I said, they helped me set up the channel, and they were with me. I'd assign a candle, for example, to each one. So let's say I'll give Chamuel a pink candle, I'd give Raphael a green candle, I'd give Michael a blue candle, because those are the colors that represent them. And I'd talk to them, and the candles would move around my table, and it just got to be so much, and I got kind of in ego, I guess, in fear. And I said, you guys can't do this. I literally had an argument with Archangel Raphael. You can't do this. People are going to think I'm a witch. And I don't know what my concern with being thought to be a witch was at the time. Although I'm not a witch, I'm a seraph, which I also did reveal around that same time. So I was talking crazy anyway. Not sure why I didn't want to be seen as a witch, but I did, maybe because I'm not one. I don't know. there was a fear there. And so we got into this thing. I'm like, you guys got to stop this, you know, and they did. They did. And, you know, weren't necessarily the happiest with me for a while. Although they're still around and they still guide me and they still give me my cards and they still do really interesting things. So those of you who have been with me for a while, some of you have seen cards stand up on the table by themselves. You know, some of you have seen, or a lot of you have seen, you know, the way the cards show up, like, you know, the same card showing up more than one time on top of itself, and all that kind of stuff. That's because they are actually here helping me. Of course, you see all the orbs, sometimes more than others. You know, sometimes there's like a whole, you could see like a whole huddle here, a bunch of orbs just like floating and waiting, and then I'll point them out when I'll notice. I'll point them out and then they'll scurry away, but it's all on camera. So yeah, now why was I put here to do this, or why were you put here to do something similar, or why were you like awakened to the extent that you were? That is because I, and perhaps we, you maybe too, I'm a member of the illumined, of the scriptures, so of the Bible, the Torah, the Quran, the Kabbalah, and some other ancient texts, right? Emerald tablets, these illumined beings. I'm of the illumined. There's 144,000, so it's basically the 12 tribes of Israel, 12,000 members of each of the 12 tribes, and throughout history, or at least what's recorded for us in the scriptures and some prophecies and things, they've been dispersed, and most commonly it's probably Moses. You know, like things are hidden in plain sight. You don't even realize that it's there. But Moses, you know, he was saving the tribes of Israel, right? The 144,000. Scriptures go on to say that he had another 500,000 people with him. So that's the 144,000 illumined and the other 500,000 elect. And basically we're back, and we're back to raise the vibration of the planet, fill it with love, and to fulfill the prophecies, basically. Fulfill the prophecies. So I don't identify as a twin flame. I don't label my videos as being for twin flames. However, they are, but they would be specifically like true twin flames. And why do I say true twin flames? It's not to be discriminatory toward anybody. It's because I read for the illumined and the elect. So the true twin flames are the illumined and the elect. There is no history on regular twin flames. There is history for thousands and thousands of years on the illumined and the elect. There are very old prophecies on the illumined and the elect. When God speaks in the Bible about reaching the four corners of the earth, there are cultures, you know, for thousands of years, generations and generations, who told a similar story, who were awaiting a similar prophecy to be fulfilled. The Mayans, the Aztec, their calendar based on it. That major awakening in 2010 and then again in 2012 connected to the Mayan calendar and its ending. You know, it's all the same story. So when you hear about twin flames instead, and the reason that I choose not to identify with twin flame, first of all, I like proper terms. You know, some people like to call genitalia penis and vagina, and some people like to call it a pee-pee and a cooter. That's your business. I like the proper terms of stuff. That's for one thing. But also, because twin flame doesn't have any established history, people can make it up as they go along, and they do, and it's very unfortunate. But taking advantage of people's desire for love have made it into, it's completely a money-made capitalist institution at this point. You know, so it's deviated far, far away from what it was meant to be. Yeah, and I'm here to teach the real thing. And it is my calling. It is my duty. I did not, again, this is all claircognizance, through which I know the tarot, and through which I know numerology and astrology and supreme math and gematria. I didn't study any of it, not a day in my life. I am certified in tarot, but only because I could be certified in tarot. I already knew the tarot. I was already doing videos, and so I kind of, as a joke, took one of these Doreen Virtue certified angel card reader courses, and you know, like for example, she's assigned us homework and stuff. There was like to do a reading on a friend, and then you know, type a paragraph and let me know how it was, and I'd send her my video instead. You know, my weekly general reading instead. So I did not need to be taught to do the tarot. But it wasn't my goal or dream to be a tarot reader or a spiritualist in any way, and an energy healer. None of it. I actually am formally trained in, or went to school for biology, not this. So science, and then later accounting, twice, 2 degrees in accounting. So again, math, science, and I think that was a foundation for what I'm meant to do here, and we'll see how that continues to evolve. But that's how I got to be here, and that's what we're all for. So there's stuff about, I got away from it for a second, but I wanted to talk about twin flame, and how, because it has no history, no basis, people are able to make stuff up. And one of the most common themes that has been made up or is associated with twin flame is this fact that it's an effortless relationship, and you meet somebody and you're in super love, and you know, go off into the sunset, and there's nothing for you to do in terms of humanitarianism. You have no responsibility to the world. The age of Aquarius means nothing. It's just, the whole thing is just about you falling in love, and that's completely incorrect. It's completely incorrect. There are people who meet, fall in love, and they have wonderful relationships, and that's awesome. They are not among the illumined or the elect, because we have a purpose, and we have to go through, experience certain struggles, karmic lessons, and we all do. That's how we're able to do videos like this, that is for the masses, right, for the collective, because we all the illumined, all the elects go through these similar things. We're all waiting for the same prophecies to be fulfilled. It's not going to be fulfilled for one and not, you know, the other 143,999. That's not how it works. So some of you may have heard me, for example, talk about the hashtag creepy deck. It is this. It's really called the Mirror's Love Oracle. I can't even remember the name half the time, because I do call it the hashtag creepy deck. Why? Because when I first got it, my daughter, who is also psychic, was creeped out by it. My viewers were creeped out by it. Many of them who are seriously, you know, empaths, could feel the negative energy that was on them. And also because of this misinformation. This is somebody, again, who's making money off of people's desire for love. Twin flame, it is an effortless relationship. Anyone who is one knows that that is not true. And so I don't want to identify and associate with that. I'm going to continue to treat the proper terms. And so that's why I call my videos videos that are designed for, yes, divine masculine, divine feminine, the illumined ones, and the elect of the scriptures and the prophecies. That is for whom they are. If you're watching this video, that is probably who you are. Very likely who you are and why you were directed here. So again, welcome. And if there's any questions or anything about anything I just said, you know, feel free to put them in the comments, or to talk to me during the live playing the live premiere of this video, or, you know, to hit me up on Facebook. You want any services from me, or reading from me, personal reading from me, or energy healing from me, you can check out my website, Queenofswordsthelightworker.com. All right. For everybody else, I'm going to the dice now. I'm beginning with no. Party. And dirty movie. I'm going to also put down a timestamp so you can fast forward if you don't need to hear all that stuff I just said because I didn't mean to talk that long. All right, so Spirit says yes. Also, sex and buy shoes. I was wondering if we were going to get to buy shoes this week because there's a sale. I got emailed about a sale, so I would like to buy shoes. All right, I'm going to start first with what deck? This one. And the Queen of Water, who is tenderhearted, empathetic, patient, and loving. She's also a Scorpio, Pisces, where the Sun, Moon, and Mercury are currently located, or a Cancer, someone likened to those traits or attributes. Relationships develop to a new level. Trust your intuition. Care for yourself and others. And opening to Major Arcana card 1, the Magician, which represents for me the sign of Gemini. You are ready. You have the resources or the ability to manifest them, and life is magical. It is about bringing whatever it is we want into our lives forward, and that may involve love or something about which we are emotional. Queen of Water, maybe our life purpose, a job, right? We're emotional about the way we earn our money. The King of Earth, who is generous, professional, responsible, and practical. A successful time, confidently accept opportunities you're offered. You have the Midas touch. Queen of Water. And the Five of Earth, so somebody's worried about loss. There's a fear of lack or void in their life, whether it's having to do with finances or emotions in the relationships. Fears surrounding money, the wisdom to accept help from others, and uncertain self-employment. Queen of Water. And Major Arcana card Awakening 12, which is the Hangman in the Traditional Tarot, represents the planet Neptune and the sign of Pisces. Again, where the moon, sun, well, the moon's not there anymore. The new moon was just there. So we still have that energy surrounding us. There was an eclipse as well. So we're definitely still surrounded by that. But the sun and Mercury. Look at things from a different perspective. You're at a temporary standstill. It's important to be yourself. So you're guided to keep it real with you in what you want, what your goals are, because when time starts to speed up again, you're going to need to be ready. And the Three of Air, great sadness. Take time to heal. There's a need to forgive yourself and others. It could be a loss of something or someone, maybe again connected to relationships, a breakup. The fact that there's a Three of Air and or potentially a breakup doesn't mean it's not something that you want. You could be the initiator, but like you're tired of a three-way situation, perhaps a love triangle. Or yeah, there is something perhaps involving three or more people and about which you are emotional that brings on some sort of sadness or feelings of loss. And you are guided to take time to heal. And there may be a need to forgive yourself as well as other people. There could be feelings from the past too, especially now with Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde tends to force us to revisit situations and relationships, people from our past. But we should be comforted that we have the strength to do that, and we're going to be able to face anything that comes our way during this period, during this week. It is Major Arcana card Strength, which represents the sign of Leo. Great inner strength. Release harsh judgments, instead exercise some forgiveness and compassion. Overall energy is the Ace of Earth, the inflow of abundance, a promising business venture, important documents or contracts. So somebody, for example, based on the cards we've seen, may be worried about their cash flow or about a job, whether or not they're willing to get one, and whether a financial opportunity is going to come their way or something. And what the universe is saying by the Magician having shown up too is that they can manifest those opportunities into their life if they get away from the negative energy of the Five of Pentacles and those fears about loss and things, because this is what truly awaits them. Abundance. Crowning the masculine this week. It is the Eight of Earth. Skilled work is rewarded, learning all there is to know about a topic and maybe even going back to school. So this is about reaping what you've sown. The masculine, having done the labor, having put in the work, he's going to get what he deserves, wherever he's put that effort. Surrounding him is the energy of the 10 of fire. Too much work. Accept help from others. Life is out of balance, and that can lead to stress-related health concerns. So some sort of burden, feeling of being burdened, or being burdensome upon somebody else is coming to an end. Some of you may actually be doing too much work, too many hours, too many jobs. I understand you're trying to build, trying to, better yourself, but some of you are going to, or, could have the potential to like make yourself ill, like you're doing too much. Whatever area of your life you're putting, this immense focus, you may want to draw it back a little bit. Masculine subconscious. Very nice. The 10 of earth. A very happy family life, financial security, and finding magic in the little things in life. So it looks like some masculine just really wanting to be a provider and do well for himself and his family. That is what is on his mind. But again, it can be, it may very well have become sort of overwhelming, and he may need to fall back for the sake of his health. Crowning the feminine, the 2 of fire. You've come into your own new partnerships or contracts. Continue to move forward. Well, the 2 of fire is the divine union or twin flame card of the tarot. It is also about faith. Twos numerically represent faith, partnership, duality. So belief in manifestation. It's talked about manifestation, the magician having shown up. That's called major arcana card number 1. When we see multiple ones, 1111, that's our time to formulate thoughts about what it is we want, or watch your thoughts. If you've been thinking negatively, get rid of those thoughts. Lose the 5 of Pentacles mindset and focus instead on what you do want, because you're in a period of manifestation. Then the energy of 2 shows up. That's where you need to have faith that it really is going to begin to take form. When 3 shows up, that is when it is starting to take form, and you can actually see something, right? It's becoming your baby. And then by the time it's 4, it has 4 legs. It's then a sturdy foundation. Feminine surrounded by the high priestess. It's another 2. So again, we're going to have faith, particularly in ourselves and in our intuition, in our, our thoughts, our own wisdom, and trust ourselves, and trust the guidance that we receive from, whomever our guides are. Listen to your intuition, have patience, and consider carefully what you want before acting. May very well have to do a partnership, again, with these 2 twos here, whether that is business partnership, friendship, or romantic. The high priestess for me is a Gemini or perhaps a water sign. And she's a Gemini for the new people because the actual high priestess is a Gemini. We can talk about that further another time, or you can look at some of my older videos, maybe the teaching videos in specific, or ask me about it later. Feminine subconscious. Speaking of Gemini, it is the king of air, brilliant, impartial, professional, and diplomatic. Speak your mind with confidence. Seek out professional advice and balance mental and emotional considerations. The king of air may be the feminine's energy herself, but right away, very strongly, I got some of us are considering whether or not we can trust, whether or not we should have faith in a king of air. It could be for a business partnership, could be for some sort of employment, or we're going to be working with and or for him. Could be for a romantic relationship. Can I trust the king of air? Well, use your intuition, your wisdom, your, whatever tools you have at your availability to determine that. And then move accordingly, right? Act accordingly. And that may mean don't move at all, right? High priestess is known for that, for just sitting back and observing before taking any kind of action. Crowning. It is major arcana card strength, which is another 2, by the way. So more faith, again, I think, in yourself, first and foremost. Great inner strength. Release harsh judgments. So I felt here that there's a feminine that's maybe thinking about some king of air. She doesn't know if she can trust him. She doesn't know if she should have faith in him, or faith maybe in their partnership, whatever it is. And this energy of Leo coming in to say, release any harsh judgments. Instead, just use, again, real, genuine tools wisdom, intellect, the proof that's in the pudding, what's on the table, your intuition, what your guides are telling you, what they're showing you. Use that, not judgment. Major Arcana card Strength also means that whatever comes our way, both for the masculine and the feminine, we have the strength to face it. And again, Major Arcana card Strength represents the sign of Leo. Not a mistake, it's here crossing this 10 of fire. A Leo may be involved in your feelings, masculine, of burdensome, of being burdened or being burdensome upon somebody. Leo may be involved in that stress. At the root foundation, the Four of Air. Time to rest or take a vacation. Allow more time before making a decision. Meditation may provide answers. So again, for the High Priestess, she often has a decision to make, but she is going to take more time. She's going to sit back and use all her tools. Four of Air, there may be a decision for the masculine of maybe I should cut back on my hours. Maybe I should let go of one of these jobs. Maybe I should go into business for myself and for my family, you know, and stop giving all my energy to somebody else. Reap what I've sown that way. Universe, give me the strength and faith in myself to do that. Four of Air can also be about planning a vacation, planning travel, the need for rest and recovery, because like we saw the Three of Air as I was shuffling, there could have been a hurt, a loss or something prior. And so now to recover from that, we're being made whole. The Four of Air shows up. So use this as an opportunity to meditate, or this is actually from where we're coming, and then the rest is here. At the heart of the matter, Major Arcana card 9, the Hermit, all about introspection. Spend time in quiet meditation, spiritual teaching, self-discovery. So this is about definitely going within, great inner strength, use your intuition. So the Hermit, which represents the sign of Virgo, by the way, does guide you to go within in order to make these decisions, similar to the High Priestess, to draw on your strengths in order to make your decisions and decide how to proceed and whether or not you can trust another or yourself. I'm going to further clarify these with some more tarot cards, beginning with the Eight of Spring. You've been presented with many wonderful opportunities all at once. While this may feel very stressful, remember to be grateful for the blessings that heaven sends you. Eight of Spring or Wands, all about the universe moving behind the scenes on your behalf. 8 is a number of karma, very much associated with Jupiter, which would be fire sign. Jupiter rules fire sign, Sagittarius, fire energy. Eight of Spring or Wands also about communication. You could receive, you know, a phone call, text, letter, or you could be making it perhaps to a Prince of Autumn who is trustworthy, dedicated, protective, and funny, and a Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. It's important to make a detailed plan. It's kind of like what I was saying here. Four of Air could be about planning, for example, a vacation or something, or a move. Masculine could be planning what to do about this work that he's doing. It's important to make that detailed plan. And once you have that plan in place, then you can take immediate action and get as much accomplished as possible. Oh. Eight of Spring and the Eight of Autumn. So the same card that we have here, Eight of Pentacles. It's the perfect time to learn all you can by returning to school, taking a seminar, or conducting research. Do the best work, and the law of attraction will bring you prosperity and career advancement. Eight of Spring and the Two of Autumn. You may be under stress. That's another 2, by the way, because of multiple jobs, just like I said, or too many responsibilities for one person to manage. I think that this is, again, speaking primarily to the masculine. It's important to balance your work and personal life and to bring a spirit of fun to all you do. Eight of Spring. On that note, I will cut. Very nice. There's another 10 of Autumn, right? This is the masculine subconscious here. There's another one here sticking up for us to see, but also we've come to Major Arcana card 10, the Wheel, which represents the planet Jupiter, about whom I was just speaking. ruler of Sagittarius. Expect a sudden positive change in your life. You can now move forward and make great progress. The wheel is also associated with the fixed signs of the zodiac. That would be Aquarius. So, Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, and Scorpio, which I don't see here. No water energy yet on the table. Those 4 signs, those fixed signs, actually also very much going to be impacted by the fact that Uranus, ruler of the sign of Aquarius, has just re-entered Taurus for the next, and we're going to remain there for the next 7 years. Here's the Scorpio energy we're missing. The overall energy is the Prince of Summer, who's romantic, flirtatious, introspective, and enchanting. And yes, a Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces. A deeply emotional and probably romantic experience will sweep you off your feet. Things can move very quickly during such whirlwind encounters, so stay balanced and make decisions with both your heart and your intellect. I think both archetypes need to hear that, right? They need to make decisions, with this being sitting here at the foundation, make decisions with their heart and intellect, but I definitely think that there may be something especially in there for the feminine, because I felt so strongly her having to make a decision. Now, her decision may not have anything to do with a king of air. Again, the king of air may be her energy. She may be trying to decide how to communicate something or whether to communicate something as it relates to a partnership. And again, you're going to need to listen to your intuition and stuff in order to decide that. Your heart and your intellect. Atop the 8 of Earth, for the 8 of Pentacles for the masculine, it is Major Arcana card, the Lovers. So this is what he's been putting his effort into, some sort of relationship for the most part. True and long-lasting love finds its way into your life. Follow your heart with caring actions and choices. The Lovers in general, not in this deck clearly, but in general can also be about the need to make a decision. And I do feel that there are some masculine that need to make a decision about this effort that he's putting in, you know, whether or not he should pull back a little bit. Not stop, because he's producing, he's being successful, but he doesn't want to like overexert himself in whatever aspect of his life he's putting his focus. Major Arcana card, the Lovers, I didn't say it, represents the sign of Gemini. All this Gemini popping up, very likely, of course, as well as the Virgo here at the heart of the matter, very likely, of course, because of Mercury retrograde. Mercury is the ruler of both Gemini and Virgo. Atop the 10 of Fire, and that feeling of being overwhelmed that I have here for the masculine, it is another Hermit. So now we have 2 Hermits sitting side by side. Again, Major Arcana card 9. The Hermit represents the sign of Virgo. Take time for contemplation, masculine. So you particularly need to go within. Again, we both do, because there's one here at the heart, but you're getting your own atop this 10 of Fire. You really do need to decide. That's why I was feeling this so strongly, whether or not to continue to burden yourself with whatever this is you're feeling handicapped by. And it may be just a Leo, flat out. Maybe a relationship that you have with a Leo, with Major Arcana card Strength sitting here crowning us. Take time for contemplation, to retreat and to go within. Be a beacon for others on their path to spiritual enlightenment. Atop the 10 of Earth is the Ace of Earth, the Ace of Autumn. You can expect a windfall of abundance, such as money, timely assistance, a serendipitous meeting, or rewarding advice. You may feel, you may be offered a fabulous new job or promotion, or the prospect of a profitable business venture or investment. So we saw all that. We talked about all that with the Ace of Earth sitting here atop the 10 of Earth masculine. This is a very lucrative week for you, whether it is in finances, the material, or love. It could very well be in love, and all the above, really. But you know, there's some love here, and it looks like it's the result of your efforts. and or you may be a Gemini or a Virgo. This relationship, if it is a relationship, for those of you for whom it is, lucrative, right? Then an ace is another 2 potentially. An ace in cards is a 1 or an 11, right? So we have an 11 here. That 11 is a 2. So it could definitely have to do with partnership or a new start for you. 1, something that you manifested. If it is a relationship, it really has the potential to, you know, stand the test of time, as they say. Crown the feminine atop the 2 of fire, 2 of wands. It's another 2 of wands. Boom. So this is what I was talking about in that whole beginning part of the reading that I did. This is pretty normal for my videos. Your vision, creativity, and dedication to your cause have brought you great success. In fact, it may be in your best interest to get a partner to assist you in your endeavors or to expand the number of people helping you. So again, this is about partnership, whether it is business, friendship, or romantic. The 2 of wands is the twin flame or divine union card of the tarot. And I mentioned that, by the way, not to brag, but to make the point of the number of people who are performing tarot and who are basically just pulling cards. Cards are on sale in bookstores. Anybody can get cards, just like anybody can get a Ouija board. That doesn't mean you should be performing a seance. Some of us actually do pull the energy from the universe. Some of us are actually in tune with the universe. Some of us are actually plugged into higher realms. And some of us are not. Some of us are just people on TV pulling a card. It's up to you to discern to whom you listen. But my readings have always and continue to give examples as to why they are genuine. Atop the High Priestess, the wheel is back. So this thing that you're fearful about, feminine, it stands to be something really awesome. Again, whether it's a relationship for you or an opportunity to earn some money in a business partnership or something. Expect a sudden positive change in your life. You can now move forward and make great progress. So where you were feeling stuck, maybe where you were feeling stuck and indecisive, that's going to turn around. Again, the wheel represents the planet Jupiter and the sign of Sagittarius, which it rules, as well as Aquarius, Taurus, Leo, and Scorpio. Atop the King of Air, the 3 of Summer, you have an exciting reason to celebrate, such as an engagement, wedding, graduation, or a birth announcement. Remember to cherish those you love. The 3 of Summer is about all those things. 3 celebration. It can be about some sort of party of 3, as any card, you know, totaling 3 can be, potential love triangles and things. But I think that this is more about celebrations, get-togethers, reunions even. And there can be a King of Air coming back into your life, like returning to your life. Or this King of Air can be representative of Mercury himself, causing people to come back into your life and for you to have reunions and get together, you know, with family, friends, past loves. Crowning atop major arcana card Strength. It is the 4 of Wands. Wow, this turned out to be beautiful. 2 twos of Wands, which is a 4 of Wands in itself, a 4 of Wands, the Wheel, the Ace of Autumn, 3 of Summer, the Lovers. This is pretty fabulous general reading. It's starting to look like a love reading, kind of. It's time to kick back, relax, and to celebrate all that you have. Joy arises from success in your career, the completion of a project, or a very happy home life. The 4 of Spring is about commitment, house, home, hearth, all that we love and hold dear, those things that make us happy. Can be about a move. I saw a move in my, I had just seen it on my own, and then I saw it again come up in my moon reading, Pisces new moon. Can be about an apartment. You could be deciding, feminine, whether or not to move in with maybe a King of Air. Maybe that's what, you know, why you're indecisive. It's something wonderful. And again, if you have fear, it's sitting here atop major arcana card Strength. So the strength to face it, to let go of those fears and to take a leap and enjoy. You know, have some faith, right? 2s represent faith. Atop this 4 that we have at the foundation, the 4 of Air, it is major arcana card 17, which is another 8, basically. Major arcana card the Star, which represents the planet Uranus and the sign of Aquarius, which it rules. Uranus again entered Taurus this week. And You are about to take a big leap forward with your life. Worry will be replaced with optimism. Fear with hope. So I was just talking about letting go of any fear that's here and instead, enjoying. Joy is coming home to roost. Here's the joy. This is like helping you to make the decision. Anybody who is indecisive about whether or not they should take a move forward in their life, under any of these circumstances, new job, new relationship, opportunity to move. It looks very good. Maybe just to go to a party and get together with some friends you haven't seen in a while. All of that is shaping up very well. Heart of the matter, a top major arcana card, the Hermit, is the Six of Autumn. Your success and prosperity have allowed you to pay off debts, acquire wise loans, or to receive a grant or scholarship. In return for heaven's blessings, be sure to share the wealth with others through donations of time or money to reputable charities. This is about unconditional love as far as I'm concerned. The Six of Autumn, the ability and the need to both give and receive without agenda, right? To be able to do that freely, to not always be paranoid about what this person is trying to get out of me, or to not always be scheming on what you can get out of a person, to just give of your heart. And if you receive some sort of blessing, if somebody helps you to come into that blessing in particular, there is a spiritual institution, a church, a spiritualist, a healer, or whatever, you come into abundance after benefiting from their service, to give back to them, to continue to use them, to make a donation, or more personally, as it relates to love, to, allow people to be free to move about the cat, right? So giving, again, giving and receiving without agenda. I'm going to go to advice because I still don't have my laptop, so it's very difficult for me to do the whole movie maker application program, and I don't want to make this video too long, and I'm going to come back with love anyway so we can find out some more about what this is about. But I am going to pull some cards from my Angel Therapy deck, beginning with manifestation power. So we've seen this has been a heavy theme throughout this reading. Use your spiritual gifts and natural abilities to attract your desired outcome. Again, also crown chakra, definitely connected to air energy, Mercury perhaps, right? Thinking, overthinking, unfortunately too. Pay attention to your ideas as they are messages of true divine guidance sent in answer to your prayers. So again, when you're being the high priestess, having prayed for answers, pay attention to them. Pay close attention to your intuition. Masculine, same thing for you. You're receiving messages. That's what the Hermit is here about. Pay attention to what your soul tells you. Manifestation power. And heart chakra. The answer that you seek is in your heart right now. Be open to giving and receiving love here at the heart of the matter. Talking about the heart chakra. Giving and receiving without agenda. That's how you're going to continue to manifest for yourself. Heart chakra. And fairies. You have a strong bond to the fairies, and your life purpose involves helping Mother Nature. Fairies. I'm going to cut. Cut your cords. Ask Archangel Michael to clear any old attachments to fear, right? We talked about the fear that stem from past relationships, freeing you from destructive patterns so you don't repeat anything. Maybe that's why, feminine, you're worried about this man that I was feeling for some of you. Or some of us. Some past relationship has us very, untrustworthy. And it feels like he might be a good guy. Overall energy here is vegetarian, vegan. I think this is very much connected to both Venus in Aquarius in terms of beauty inside and out. Venus, the planet and goddess of beauty. as well as Uranus, Aquarius as ruler, having entered Taurus. Fresh organic fruits and vegetables give you a boost of high life force energy, which elevate your spiritual frequency. I want to give us all a card from my fortune reading cards too, beginning with unity. So we see a lot of evidence of unity and partnership, union this week. Again, union to the extent, not necessarily the kind of the universe has in store for us ultimately, but union as in coming together, right? Or feeling each other's energy, whether it's just energetic and etheric. A time of divine understanding, renewal, peace, and hope. You radiate and attract great love. Wow. Opening from that to marriage, which can be what this is. There can be a marriage proposal with the lovers sitting here next to the Four of Wands. You are attracting, and an overall energy of the Knight of Cups, you are attracting emotional fulfillment and unconditional love. Very nice. And there's like a Two of Cups here too. Marriage and judgment. Soul searching will bring inner peace to many areas of your life. So this is very hermit. This is telling us again to go within in order to make our decisions. Listen to your heart, your soul, in order to decide what it is you want. What's going to make you happy. And don't let ideologies or other people's opinions deter you from, just taking that leap toward what you want. In fact, death to anything like that. And the Pisces new moon is kind of going to push us to, stop playing the victim and to heal any old wounds and to, really truly go within and seek higher love and higher purpose. So yeah, letting go of all that kind of stuff. Death to anything that's holding us back. It's a time of natural transition and transformation right now. Of course, death associated with the sign of Scorpio. And speaking of the Pisces new moon, the overall energy is moon. Pay attention to your intuition at this time and move ahead confidently. So that definitely recurring theme throughout this reading, especially here for the masculine as it relates to the hermit, coming to a deeper understanding, enlightenment, maybe even going, ah, or aha. And feminine, definitely listening to our, inner voices too with the high priestess, and then surrendering to and actually listening to the guidance, the moon representative of feminine energy of surrender, at least as far as I'm concerned. Lastly, speaking of surrender, I pulled out my surrender cards to see of what we need to let go, or to what we need to surrender, beginning with surrender to joy, a key to positive change in your life. And isn't that, but this totally resonates with the spread. Maybe I should just stop here and not even shuffle. This is about letting go of fear and surrendering to joy, allowing yourself to be happy, allowing yourself to receive blessings, without being afraid of them. A key to positive change in your life is to let joy in and savor it. Indulge in random acts of smiling during both the hard and easy times. Keep surrendering to more joy. And surrender to spirit. Once you've done everything that you can to achieve your goal, like putting all your effort in, masculine, you're ready to reap what you've sown, turn the situation over to the divine and let spirit work its magic for you. Like, don't keep overburdening and overwhelming yourself. And surrender to non-action. Sounds very high priestess. Now is the time to be still, to not act. Simply breathe and focus on your own power and let others come to you. So that could be another message too. If you're wondering if you should be the one to approach the King of Swords, for example, let him come to you. Surrender to joy. Surrender to trust. I didn't read surrender to trust, but I think that we have evidence of surrender, the need to surrender to trust all around us, with all these twos representing faith and the need for trusting. And that brings me to surrender to passion. Very Two of Wands feeling I'm getting from this. Get out of your head. Yeah. Yep, that's for us, feminine. That's why we got two Twos of Wands here. Get out of your head. Stop overthinking like an air sign. and instead feel the fire in your belly and focus on the people or activities, maybe like socializing and having a good time, that ignite your passion, and let it flow. Overall energy, surrender frustration. Frustration doesn't open any doors. The key to resolving a dilemma or dissolving a block is to take a breath, center yourself, and to regroup so that you may approach the situation more calmly. All right. Like, did you see Gail, her interview with R. Kelly, how she just sat there? Robert, very calm. Yeah, that was super air signy. She's a Capricorn, which was my other guess when I said she must be an air sign or a Capricorn. And then a friend looked it up and she turned out to be a Capricorn. Anyway, masculine, surrender to play, right? They want you to have a good time. Stop working so hard. Told you. Take a break from overthinking or overthinking a goal and do something fun. Play is a time of recreation and rejuvenation. So if you were having second thoughts about maybe having a good time with perhaps with a Virgo or a Gemini, or a Leo, go ahead and go for it. Which reminds me, those are the 3 signs that I've been feeling or 3 elements that I've been feeling for probably about 3 weeks now. I kept saying there's something going on with that between fire, earth, and air. Feminine, surrender to success. I think we have an opportunity here to be successful with something, a relationship or a business matter. You are ready to experience abundance. Yes. Don't look back at previous roadblocks or difficulties. Leap into an exciting new world of possibilities. Feminine, enjoy your life. Allow the universe to bless you. Allow God to bless you. Masculine, world, be open to new possibilities in all areas of your lives. You don't have to remain stuck in a past situation, continuing to feel burdened and hurt and tired. You can move on to new, fresh energy, masculine. Feminine, dragonfly. Have confidence during this time of great joy, renewal, and connection to spirit. They want you to be joyous. We keep seeing it. Masculine rather, from the angel therapy cards, solar plexus chakra. It is safe for you to be powerful and to take charge of your life in positive ways. Feminine, clear yourself. Ask the angels to release any toxic energies like the fear and ego that we're feeling, that we may have absorbed, maybe from a past relationship that sucked. Let that go so that you can move on to a good one. Oh, masculine, from the angels, the 2 of water, 2 of cups, a relationship that continues to grow closer. So now the 2 of cups, the lovers, all kinds of good stuff for you guys. Forgiveness also, and also the positive resolution of a conflict coming your way. Feminine for us, the 8 of water, a desire to move on. The search for something more meaningful, spiritual and emotional growth. So we want to move on, again, maybe from past hurt, pain, anything that was restricting us, move toward something better. From the animal tarot, masculine, the 7 of autumn, the planning, resources, and efforts that you've invested in your dream will reap great rewards. You're already reaping what you've sown here. There's no need for you guys to be worried. In the meantime, just have patience and meditate on next steps. Let it unfold. Let it happen for you. Let yourself be blessed. And feminine, if you get that scared feeling again, just keep going, persevere. You have worked hard, and what you've created is impressive and worthy of protecting. Annoying challenges may pop up, but don't worry. You'll get through them just as you have in the past. You know why? Because we have all this wonderful support. I hope that you guys have enjoyed the general reading. Again, thank you for joining me and for liking, sharing, and subscribing. I appreciate all of you and those of you who further support me on Patreon and Super Chat. I'll be back with love. Namaste.